Champions League Bayer Leverkusen vs AC Milan prediction, team news, lineups preview. After contrasting results in their first league phase fixtures, Bayer Leverkusen and AC Milan will convene at the Bay Arena on Tuesday evening, both seeking 3 precious points in the Champions League. The two clubs have never previously met in European competition, and their first competitive encounter comes after the German champions coasted to victory on the opening match day and Milan were well beaten at San Siro. Match preview. Following last season's record-breaking feats, Bayer Leverkusen had plenty to live up to when making their Champions League comeback, and the ruthless nature of an emphatic 4-0 win away to Feyenoord suggests they can also make a big impact this term. Florian Wirtz became the first German player to score twice on his Champions League debut, as Leverkusen recorded their biggest away victory in the competition to date. Having stylishly kicked off their quest to reach the knockout rounds for the first time in 8 years, Die Workself could now win their opening 2 matches for the first time since 2001, a season in which they went on to lose against Real Madrid in the final. The German champions come into Tuesday's game unbeaten in their last 9 home matches in UEFA competition. They have never previously gone 10 in a row without defeat and having won 5 of 6 home fixtures en route to last season's Europa League final. Overall, Leverkusen have lost just 2 of their last 21 continental contests, though incidentally both were against Italian opposition Roma and their only conquerors last term, Atlanta BC. Since cruising to victory at De Kuip, the Bundesliga side edged a 7-goal thriller with Wolfsburg in typical last gasp style, before ending Bayern Munich's 100% start to the season with a 1-1 draw in Munich. However, they have now shipped 10 goals in their first 5 league games, so head coach Xabi Alonso, who scored Liverpool's 3rd goal in the 2005 Champions League final against Milan, will be keen to tighten things up at the back. Of course, Milan then had their revenge over Liverpool in the 2007 decider, and the 2 European giants convened again on this year's opening match day, never able to live with their Premier League opponents. The hosts conceded 11 shots on target at San Siro, their joint most on record in a Champions League fixture, and ultimately succumbed to a 3-1 defeat. Milan have now won only 9 of their last 32 games at the elite level, despite making it through to the 2023 semi-finals, and last year's win at Newcastle United was just their 4th in 17 away from home. Nevertheless, back-to-back league wins in less than a week have breathed new life into a squad seemingly ailing under new coach Paulo Fonseca, who was already facing talk of being sacked within weeks of his appointment. After 6 derby defeats in a row, the Rossoneri finally toppled arch-rivals Inter Milan, with boyhood fan Matteo Gabbia heroically heading home the late goal that secured a long-awaited 2-1 win. Then, having tasted success in the season's first Derby della Madonnina, Fonseca's side swept aside Lecce on Friday night, when first-half strikes from Alvaro Morata, Theo Hernandez and Christian Pulisic secured a 3-0 home victory that took them 2nd in Serie A. The 7-time European champions therefore have hope of upsetting Xabi Alonso's well-oiled machine in midweek, as they aim to win their first away fixture for just a 2nd time in 8 Champions League campaigns. Team news. Bayer Leverkusen made 5 changes for their high-profile clash with Bayern at the weekend, but Xabi Alonso is likely to retain most of that starting 11 against Milan. Captain Granit Xhaka is certain to feature in midfield, but Robert Andrich, who scored Die Workself's goal on Saturday, must compete with Alex Garcia and Ezequiel Palacios to partner him. Also an automatic first-choice selection, Florian Wirtz has been directly involved in 24 goals in his last 26 European starts and had scored 4 times in 3 games before firing a blank in Bavaria. Meanwhile, Milan's main threat may come from a former Germany-based player enjoying some scintillating Serie A form this season. Christian Pulisic has found the net in his last 4 matches, all 4 goals coming during the first half, and will now try to become the first man from the United States to score in 3 consecutive Champions League appearances. Tammy Abraham has recently joined Pulisic, Rafael Leo, and Alvaro Morata in the Rossoneri's attack, but Ruben Loftus-Cheek could come back in to add more midfield cover against top-class opponents. Marco Sportiello hand, Ismael Benacer ankle and Alessandro Florenzi ACL are all sidelined by injury, while captain Davide Calabria is struggling with a muscular problem. Bayer Leverkusen possible starting lineup: Radecki, Tapsoba, Ta, Hincapie, Frimpong, Andrich, Zaka, Grimaldo, Terrier, Wirtz, Boniface. AC Milan possible starting lineup: Mainin, Emerson, Tomori, Gabia, Hernandez, Fofana, Reinders, Pulisic, Loftus-Cheek, Leo, Abraham. We say, Bayer Leverkusen 2-1 AC Milan. While Leverkusen have only failed to score in 2 of their last 60 matches. Milan's defense is dubious and can be caught out by teams with sufficient quality to punish them. The Italian giants are set to start their campaign with back-to-back defeats, leaving them with some catching up to do later on in the league phase. Thanks for your watching. Don't forget to click the subscribed button and hit the bell icon for more.